love America's Got Talent. Any of these shows. You can see the judges up here on the screen. And the reason I love it is people work hundreds and hundreds of hours honing their craft. And they've gotten good enough to be able to be on an international stage like AGT. And there's nothing more satisfying to me is when that audition, it goes so well, they hit on all cylinders, that the audience and the judges stand up and give a standing ovation. I cry every time that happens. It just touches me. And it touches me because of how hard they work and they get that instant satisfaction. So these judges, this panel, they are coaches, they're mentors, right? And we have mentors in our life too. We don't have these people, but we have mentors in our life too. I love this quote by Oprah. A mentor is someone that allows us to see the hope inside of us. Isn't that great? Like, I love that quote. Now, we aren't on an international stage, right? We don't have these uber successful people that coach us, but we have mentors. And we have mentors in our lives that help guide us along the way. So today we're going to talk about two things. We're going to use a Toastmasters definition of a mentor, and then we will talk about a few ideas in working with your mentor. This is what Toastmasters definition of a mentor is, right? It's someone that shares their experience, their wisdom. How many of you have wisdom in here? Help people be successful, etc. So this is what Toastmasters defines mentorship as. And if you think about it, mentors can be different things. Some of you may have a mentor that you had a conversation saying, hey, will you be my mentor? And the mentor said, yes, my child, you are now my protege. Some people had that conversation. Other people, some of you might be thinking, I don't know if I do, right? You may go to different people for different things. I am in the second category. I go to different people for different things on what happens, on different needs that I have. And it's, if you think about it, we all have mentors from very young in life, right? And in my case, so people, since we're young, are helping us learn what to do. And in my case, I tried to do the one mentor path. And I asked someone to be my mentor, and she said yes, but the relationship fell flat. And the reason it fell flat was because I wasn't prepared. I just did what I thought I was supposed to do, but I didn't have a plan, and so it never came to fruition. And this still bothers me to this day, because I did not take advantage of someone that said yes and who had a lot of things to share, and I just didn't know what to do with it. But when we were little, we have people in our lives. These are my grandparents. And who couldn't learn from these kind, smart people, right? Grandparents have a lot of wisdom to share with us. Now, I didn't listen to my parents because I was stubborn and I knew everything. They didn't know anything, I knew everything, right? But my grandparents, now, they were the bomb. So my grandfather, Mick, on your right side, he taught me mental math. So I could add, subtract, multiply, divide in my head. He taught me that. My grandma Bert, in the middle, she taught me the value of working with your hands. She made lots of things from scratch, crocheted, knitted, so I learned that from her. My grandfather Frank showed me passion for a hobby. My grandparents would go to the desert in Arizona in the winter, and they had crazy bugs in the desert, and he would bring them back and he would mount them, and he loved that. So that was his hobby he was very passionate about. And my grandmother Jeanette showed how to have grace when you're in incredible pain. She had rheumatoid arthritis that was always positive, and showed me how to be that way also. So we have people that are helping with us, or that help us do things, but let's look at the next step. So let's look at it a little further. I like to call my people, as I said, because I like multiple people around me, my crew, right? So who's in your crew? Whether you have one person or you have multiple. If you look on the side that says familiar, these are probably things you already do, people you talk to. These are pretty normal. I don't know if you've thought about it as kind of a mentoring thing, but they are, right? You're getting advice from people. Under the vulnerable side, here's some ideas to think about to how to take your relationship with a person or with others to another level. The first example is talking to a speaker and getting advice. Now, we speak here, and we love when people come talk to us, right, about our expertise. Just think about it if you see another speaker. I had a friend, and she was so bold. Every time we saw someone, she would immediately go down, and she always asked them for something when she talked to them. Whether it was resources or, hey, I want to throw an idea past you, are you willing to talk to me? And they always said yes. And they would have this email or phone conversation. It was amazing to me. It's like, I was never brave enough to do that, but she made it look easy and she was successful at it. A couple of these are about, people you see all the time you don't necessarily know. Introduce yourself, because goodness only knows what they know. You can learn something from them. The last one is where I need to work, and that is to reach out to someone you feel is just out of your reach. Our chief HR person has an open invitation to anyone. She will meet with anyone. All you have to do is contact her. And I know her. We were on the leadership program together. And I haven't done it. And I haven't done it, one, because of my failure that I had before, and two, I don't know really what to talk to her about. So I need to engage my crew, right? I need them to help me think through this so I can take advantage of her offer. So whether you have a person like a Yoda in Star Wars or a Mr. Miyagi in Karate Kid, or you have a crew like the Avengers, we all need someone that will give us a standing ovation when we kick ass on something. And your mentor is there to shine the light on the hope inside of you. Thank you.